Hi, Hans Schreinemakers here, your PLC course instructor over at plcskilltree.com. And today I'm going to show you in this video how you can download your blocks to a TIA Portal PLC, to a Step 7 1200 1500 PLC. And I'll even show you how you can upload blocks, which sometimes makes a big difference when you're doing commissioning and your online-offline blocks are not consistent. If you're just getting started with TIA Portal, or you just like to get better at programming modular PLC applications in TIA Portal, then go and check the description below this video, because I've got a free guide which will show you 5 easy steps to drastically improve the PLC program structure of your TIA Portal applications. So go and grab that if you're starting out with TIA Portal, or if you want to build more modular logic. All right, so let's get started. Let me just switch to the TIA Portal screen right here. So here you can see we have a project called Refill Premium. This is a premium application, a premium project consisting of a PLC application and an HMI application. And this project is part of my premium bundle, which as well has more information in the description below this video. So go and check that out if you're interested in PLC programming courses in TIA Portal. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to download this PLC application to a simulator. I mean, the steps that we're going to take are going to be the same as downloading to a physical PLC, to an actual hardware PLC. But I'm not connected to a hardware PLC here. So I'm just going to show you how to do it with a simulator. Now let me check. We don't have a simulator running right now, so I will just get that started. There we go, Step 7 PLC sim. So that just needs to get fired up. Once we have the PLC simulator opened, we're going to use an existing workspace right here. The PLC S7 PLC sim in version, I think from version 17, is a bit different than version 18 and 19. I don't know if you're used to working with the previous versions of Step 7 PLC sim. They were a little bit easier to get started with. But anyway, it's basically the same thing. You have the PLC simulator. In this newer version, you need to select which type of PLC you want to simulate. So we have a Step 7, a 1500 PLC. So I'm going to add this one to the simulation. And important right here is that we also need to activate the PLC. We need to turn it on, basically, this instance of the PLC, because else you will not be able to download to this soft PLC in the simulator. All right, so the green icon indicates that our PLC is up and running, so I can minimize this one. And now we're going to download the blocks to our software PLC, but as I mentioned before, the steps are the same to download to a physical, to a hardware PLC. So to download the PLC, to download your PLC application, go to the top bar right here and press the Download to Device icon. Then you'll get a pop-up saying that, you know, it needs to be trustworthy, the PLC that you're downloading to. So yeah, we have no problems with that, so we're just going to connect. Now we're ready to download. So everything here, you can see the PLC Refill Premium, which is the PLC device right here, is ready for loading. It will be loaded to a simulated PLC. We already know that. And yeah, the objects do not exist online, and the objects will be the blocks, basically, that will be overwritten. So all of that is fine. So let's just go ahead and press the load button right here. All right, so that was fast. It's already done. Now we can choose if we want to start a module, which basically means putting your PLC in run mode. If you leave it to no action, your PLC will be in stop mode. That's the same on a hardware PLC. So if you download with the intention to be back up and running afterwards, make sure you put this action to start module. And then you press finish. Okay, that's it. So the blocks have been downloaded to our PLC at the moment, but we are not online yet. So I'll show you now how to do that. To go online, first select your PLC device, and then here in the top menu bar, you press on Go Online. And there you go, you can see everything is green. All the indicators are green, which means the online version of our software, of our application, is consistent with the offline version being the version that's running on your laptop, on your desktop, on your system where you have TIA Portal installed. All right, so our PLC blocks are online, our PLC is running. What I'm going to show you right now is what happens when you make a change, an online edit in your software in one of your blocks. So let's just go, for example, to one of the equipment modules here, the refill block. Let's open that one. And for example, let's disable, for example, an alarm. Let me just have a look. So here, down here are the faults. So let's say for commissioning's sake, we want to disable the circuit breaker fault. So we put a false here in front, which is not the correct way to do it. What I would suggest is you actually create a commissioning bit, or you make even a DB, where you call DB commissioning, where you add your commissioning bits. This way, they're very easy to find using the cross-reference. So for commissioning, never just put a false in front. This is purely as an example, but this is not how I would do it in the real world. In the real world, I would use a flag that's very easily traced back, so I can take them out of the software afterwards, and so you're not left with any commissioning bits or rungs that are disabled after you're finished commissioning. All right, and now if we want to download this change, well, first before we download, I just like to point out that your project tree right here on the left, it indicates now that there is an inconsistency between the online project and the offline project. So we made a change in the offline project. It's not downloaded yet. And that's indicated right here. You can see refill, the block that we're in here, the FB equipment module refill. It shows an online-offline consistency. These ones, the groups, the modules, for example, the group is showing that there's a difference in a lower level component. So this being the lower level component is the same with the equipment group here, the mother group, or how you call it. Tells you there's a difference in a lower level component. So that's how it works in TIA Portal. That's how inconsistencies are visualized in your tree structure. Now to download, well, to get rid of this inconsistency, we need to make a download. There's two ways to do that. You can either, again, press the download to device, or what I do most of the time is use a keyboard shortcut, which in this case is Control L. So we press Control L. And this is the smart thing about TIA Portal. It will not download the complete application. It will just download your change. So it's only going to download this one FB refill. And we press on load, and there you go. Our change has been accepted, has been downloaded, and the green, well, all the indicators are green again, showing that we are completely consistent online, offline. Now let's get this one out of here again. Blocks are permanently deleted. Okay, that was wrong. That I just deleted the complete block. By the way, I used Control Z to go back. I'll show you again. So I deleted this block by accident. And now just to get back to the previous state, I just press Ctrl Z. Now it's not working anymore. Okay, somehow the Ctrl Z was not working, but you can always find the keyboard shortcuts as well in the menu. So now we're consistent again. Yeah, so the EM refill is back where it was before. Now I will show you what happens if you make some changes offline. if your online software is not the same as your offline software, I'll show you then how to do an upload from the online software. And this is actually, it's very useful when, for example, you go on a commissioning, your company gives you a piece of software, and then you go online and you notice that you didn't get the latest code, the latest software from your company. It is inconsistent. You will see some blocks are not the same as the online blocks. And then an upload is a very useful tool to get it back in balance, to get the consistency back, and so you can continue and work in your commissioning. So let's try to simulate that by going online. So let's say this version is the one that's running on the machine. And let's say someone at home made some changes. So you go to the EM supply as an example. I'm just going to make some changes here. So let's say someone said, okay, this needs to be a normally closed contact. They changed it. You get this software. You go online with the machine. So we go back online. And now you can see this FB supply is showing that there's a problem. There's an inconsistency between the online logic and the offline logic. So now we're going to make an upload, which we do by right-clicking on the block. Alternatively, you can right-click on the folder where the block is under, or you can right-click on the mother folder as such. I wouldn't recommend uploading the whole software like this, like pressing on the actual PLC device and doing the upload. That's unnecessary. Normally, I just click on the block, or if it's more blocks, I'll click on the group under which these blocks are situated. So in this case, I'm just going to right-click on the block, upload from device. Any conflicts, we will override. That's fine. Upload from device. And the FBEM supply is being closed and opened again because, yeah, it's not the same logic. And you can see I've now received the actual online code where the low level was still a normally open contact. All right. Yeah, my screen has been locked on this side. I'll just quickly get back here. Okay. So that was it. I mean, that's how you download blocks to an actual PLC, how you can make changes online, how you can download those changes, and as well how you can upload blocks, which is very useful when you're doing commissioning and there's some inconsistency in the software that you got from home. I hope this was useful for you, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.